What up, YouTube? I'm Paul. This is Ta&Co. I'm back at you with another video. So, in case you're wondering why I sound so, I guess, not as vibrant as I usually sound, is because I actually want to have a little serious talk about this whole situation, the whole Ayesha Curry, Steph Curry, Red Table Talk situation, right? So, I released a video about 5 days ago, and somewhere I must have said something negative in that video or something like that, and that video got roasted on the dislikes. And I don't mind that. If there's something that I said that is wrong, you disagree with it, hit the dislike button. I don't want you to hit the like button just because you got to pander to me, whatever. But the only thing that I always ask is if I did say something negative, leave a comment. That way we can at least try to talk about it. But at the same time, don't be disrespectful. I try to reply back to people without being rude or anything like that, and I don't want nobody being rude to me. And I get it. Sometimes people, they might understand something one way, and it comes off like very offensive, so they might say something, especially when it comes to stuff like gossip and things like that. They get, a little bit offensive, and they might say something, and then at that time, I don't really want to respond back, because it just seems like very hostile. So my thing is, a lot of times too, what I usually do is I try to, I guess, not pander, but at the same time, I don't want to disrespect anybody's union or say anything that's kind of wrong. So I always try to stay somewhere in the middle. And even though I try to give my opinion, I try to say it in a way that I'm not stepping on anyone's feet. So I'm kind of happy about that, because at the same time, I try to do the same thing with that same video, but after seeing how a lot of people kind of felt about it, and the topic, I don't know if they were more so, I guess, disliking what she had to say, or if she was kind of more so disliking what I had to say, because a lot of people just kind of seem to be commenting on how they, how they felt. But watching that video and watching all the comments between Twitter, between YouTube, and all the other videos that people had released, it seems like there's a division between men and women. And you see it all the time, scrolling through social media. You see men say stuff like FBs, get money. And, women will say the same thing. And it's starting to become like a thing where you have one sex almost kind of declining the other sex, because it's starting to become a thing where you see women talking about there's not any real men around. And you also see there's a lot of women or men say the same thing. Men say there's not a lot of real women, and then women say there's not a lot of real men. So it's becoming like a division sort of thing. And I don't like seeing that, because I feel like at where I'm at in my life, I've met somebody and I'm very happy, and I want everyone to kind of find the same thing for themselves. So that's not really what we're getting into. What we're getting into is the fact that I want to give you like a real side of like how I truly feel about, the whole situation. So I'm watching it, and there's a lot of people that are speaking about it. But like I said, it seems like men were standing on one side talking about she should be happy, what is she complaining about? And then a lot of women were kind of backing her up and kind of how she felt. And they were saying that, we do agree with her, and vice versa. There was either women that didn't agree with her, and there were men that did agree with her. But it seemed like it was a lot of one side, especially if you scroll through like Twitter. Twitter has no soul, okay? They will put anything up on Twitter, and to them, it's just a good old time. So I get it. So as I'm, looking through, I seen a couple of celebrities that had it. I don't know if anybody's watch Kev on Stage. He has like a little podcast, and he does something with Doughboy. And Kev was on one side, it seemed like a little bit, and Doughboy was on the other side. So I'll post a link in the description below. You guys can go check them out. Also, TMZ had stopped Brandon Jennings, who's a former basketball player, and they was asking him, and he had his opinion on it. Nino Brown, who's a rapper, he had his opinion on it. But once again, it always seems like they were more so on why are you complaining, that whole sort of situation. And then I seen a lot of, other females who, like I said, agreed with her. So how do I feel about this, right? As if she was single, right? Let's say she was single and she felt this way. I wouldn't have no issue about it. If they had just got together and they had this, conversation, I wouldn't have any issue about it. The thing is, men and women, whether they say it or not, they want to be validated, right? So at some point, you always want to know that you still got it. You want to know that whatever your man or your woman did to get you is what they're kind of willing to do to kind of keep you. So you want to be you want all the attention, you want the limelight, you want to know that you still got it, you want to see that they still have that sparkle in their eyes for you as when you guys first met. And I don't have an issue with that. I'm actually kind of happy that she was honest about it, because you see a lot of people actually having this discussion. But I did have a little issue about it, just because I feel like you guys have been together for a long time. You guys have been married for a while. Why is this such an issue? The reason why I'm saying this is, let's flip it around, right? Let's say it was Steph Curry that said this and it wasn't Ayesha Curry that said this. A lot of people will go, wait a minute, like, you have a woman at home, you got kids at home, why you want to be validated by other women? Why is it like this? But then when it's kind of her who says it, it's like, okay, I understand how she feels, I get it, yada, yada, yada. Nah. I always try to look at things both sides, because I try to put myself in the same situation. Me and my wife, we've been together for some years now. We've been together about 8 years now, right? So if my wife comes home to me and she's like, yo, I don't feel like other men give me enough attention, first thing I'm going to think is it's probably just a joke. But at the same time, I'm going to feel some type of way about it, because why isn't my attention good enough for you? Or why do you feel like, because she didn't say that he wasn't giving her enough attention. She said that she felt he was getting the attention, but she wasn't getting the same amount of attention that he was getting. And of course, because he's the star, we know you because of him. We don't, without Steph Curry, we don't know Ayesha Curry. So we know, and the thing about her is she makes her own money. Like, she's a great person. She's like a great mother. She makes her own money. Like, she has her own little cooking show, and she has like a cooking line and everything like that. She makes her own money. She's not just one of them ladies who kind of sit at home and say, yeah, I'm going to raise the kids, and that's all that it is. Like, no, and I think she's gorgeous. I think she's beautiful. So I don't understand why she feels the way that she feels about this. But at the same time, I think it's a conversation that they both need to have, that they both need to sit down with. And the thing about this whole attention thing is the fact that, let's say her husband was a bum. Like, let's say he was a crappy basketball player. He'd be going home in June, or his team was bad. He'd be going home in April every year. But if you include this year, if they go to another finals this year, he'll be playing basketball, including this year, from October, if you count training camp. So if you include training camp in there, he'll be playing basketball from September all the way up till June. And that's for 5 years straight. And then, so if you do the math and everything and you subtract it, they're only getting about 3 months together. They're getting about 2.5, 3 months together. And then on top of that, even last year, because he's becoming such a big star with his brand, he goes on tour on his months off. Like, he went to China for a couple of days last year to, kind of push his brand. So you don't get that much time together, and I get it, because he is working for the family financially to try to set you guys up somewhere in the future. So he's not necessarily, like I said, she's not saying that she's not getting the attention from him. She's just saying that she doesn't feel like she gets the same amount of attention that she feels that he gets. And at the same time, like, why would you? Because like I said, we know you because of him. So I've seen a lot of people saying they should have kept this in, and I'm not mad at her. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. Let's talk about it. Let's be honest. But like I said, I feel like sometimes if the roles were reversed, it would be a lot different. Because like I said, if I went up to my wife and I said, hey, I feel like women aren't giving me the same attention that, men give you. Because I know that men check her out and stuff like that. And we get with a person, a lot of times, we don't get with a person, but when we see a person, the first thing that we see is their look. So that might be what attracts you to the person. Now, the looks isn't what's going to be what keeps you, but it's one of the first things before you ever speak to a person. You might say, oh man, this girl is gorgeous. Oh, this man is, this guy is handsome. So I want to approach this person and see what they're about. Now, with that being said, if I walk up to her and said, hey, I'm not getting the same attention that you get from men, she's going to look at me like I'm crazy. And I would think that that's how anybody would feel. You're my woman, or you're my man, or whatever. That's how it should be. So, like I said, it's a little insane to see, the whole division situation. Now, once again, guys, like I said, I could be very wrong about this, and at the same time, maybe I'm right. At some point, somebody's wrong and somebody's right, but regardless of how you feel about it, it's not about you, it's about them, and it's about their union and their marriage. So it's going to be something that maybe they need to sit down and talk about and that they need to have, but, that's all I can really say about it. So, once again, if you just, like I said, I like to have discussions with you guys, but I don't want to be hostile about it. I don't want you guys coming in like, hey, whatever, but I'll put the video down in the description below to show you, like, you guys can go check it out yourself and let me know if I had said something in that video or is it just whatever it is. But once again, I'll put all the links in below. I'll put the Nito Brown one. You guys can go check out what he said. I'll put the TMZ one, and you guys just scroll through Twitter yourself and just see exactly what everybody was saying about it. But once again, guys, thank you so much for following, like, subscribe, share, and or you know what? If you don't like it, hit the dislike on this one too. Anyways, thank you for everything. Thank you, YouTube.